Okay guys, so this video for you poker buffs, fanatics, this one's not for you. I'm gonna do, I've been asked a series of questions as far as with my spinal cord stimulator. So this one is all spinal cord stimulation. So no cards on this one, guys, no cards. So for those of you that are interested, that have had back pain, that have ruled your life, so my back pain started about 25 years ago. Excuse me. And it ruled my life, just like it probably ruling your life. I had bought everything from the teeter hang up, from inversion tables, everything, man. I could tell you every contraption, everything. You're just trying to grab straws for relief. And so I'm gonna fast forward. I played a lot of sports as I was younger. Played baseball, basketball. I bowled a lot. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, back then you kind of were outside a lot, so you're always doing something, whether we were jumping bikes. So I feel like my back took a lot of compressions. And not only that, I had the if you want to call it, just the gift from my parents. They both had back issues, so it did not miss me, that was for sure. So my back always got tired. When I was playing baseball in high school, I would have to sit down a lot. I remember just tiredness, pain of, it wasn't really like stabbing pain, it was just seemed to be tired, and I would always sit down just for some relief. Fast forward you all the way to, let's say 2010. I was 35, and I took my daughter to Orlando, Universal, and I could only walk maybe a minute and a half before I had to sit down. I had different stuff going on at that point. I had sciatic pain going down the left side, nerve. It was just controlling my life. At that point, that whole year was real dim for me. So, I feel like this is what I always said is, if you knew the pain was going to be gone, you could deal with it, but it's the unknown it's the quality of life you have. And so even though issues as far as like, what happens is typically you go to something, whether it's narcotics, maybe alcohol, maybe marijuana, whatever it is what it is. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. I don't know what's going on, along with this traffic jam, Michigan. So the long story short of it all is, you look for anything that you can grab onto to get some relief. And then the people that struggle the most are the people that are the closest to you, right? So that's probably them were the people I always felt sorry for, because I never felt like doing anything. I didn't, every time I would go, people would say, hey, you want to do this? I'm thinking, okay, wait, what are we going to do exactly? Okay, where am I going to stand? I'm going to have to sit down, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, 2010, I did my first 2-level fusion. And when I came out of that surgery, the pain was gone. It was incredible. It was just like, I remember breaking down crying, because I said, it's gone. The pain is gone. And then about 3 or 4 months later, I was driving on the road coming back, and I felt like a twinge. And that twinge was one of the rods broke. And when that broke, that was that put me back, because my body was so into a bad space for all those years. And so long story short, I did that fusion, and then so I dealt with it for about another 4 years. And in 2015, they removed the equipment out of my back. And so then by 2019, I was back in the same space, and my body was just, I was having this stabbing sensation in my back. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't sleep. And I just went back to Doc, and I was like, Doc, man, something's got to give. And he's like, well, we talked about the spinal cord stimulator. the last time. And in all reality, guys, I wasn't ready for a unit to be inside my body. It just didn't. Obviously, it's not natural, but I was scared of that. And so at this point, he said, that's about all we have. And so I took that route. I said, okay, so what do we do? And we went through everything, and we had to do a trial run, and just to see if it was going to work. And so the trial run, they run the leads right up your spine. They attach it to you have 16 electrodes. Goes right up to your spine, right about as high as your chest in your back. And then they keep this little device, which kind of looks like a phone, but it's just monitoring. It's going to block your body still has the pain, but it blocks the information to your brain. It scrambles it, and you no longer. And it don't have. Hey, listen, I use electricity every day. I don't know how it works. I just know when you flick the switch, the damn light comes on. So when I turn that stimulator on, for me, the pain. Well, so when we did the trial run after about 2 days, because I was on narcotics for about the first couple days, and so I was anxious to get off, and right away I was like, it took the pain to a zero, and I was living every day about an 8.5, 9 pain level every single day, and it took that pain level to a zero. I'm telling you, and it was major league pain for all those years, and then it went to minor league just like that. Well, so I told him, I said, I'm ready to go, Doc. You put me in. We'll go tomorrow if you're ready. We set it up about a month later. I put they put the device. So how it works is there's those leads that go all the way up to your, and I have 16 of the electrodes that are up here, and the device runs all the way down your spine, and I have a battery pack that's right above my right butt cheek. And so that battery pack, you have to charge that about 4 to 5 days, that you have to charge that pack up. And it has another device which you just push up against it, and it takes about 30 minutes to charge yourself. And when I came out of that, obviously that was a little bit more because of the surgery, there was more cuts and blah, blah, blah. But I'd do it in a minute over. I mean, I have the amount of pain that I have today. I still have a little pain. I don't even call it pain in comparison to what I was for years. And so if you're even considering the spinal cord stimulator, for me, I would highly recommend it. It's changed my life. It's changed my view. When you're under that much pain, everything seems to be dark for some reason. You're squinched up all the time. You're pissed off, and you feel sorry for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing how light the world is once you come out. Once that pain is released out of your body, how vibrant, how you can think, you can flow. You're more positive. You got more energy. It's not sucking the life out of you. And if it's your last case scenario, I would say definitely, for most of us that have back pain, that means we have a weak stomach area, right? Where we probably haven't strengthened our core. Not in all cases, because there are some guys that I do know that have some back issues, but I say for most of us, not all. But the reality is this: it was about 10 days that I was incoherent. I just sat on the couch for 10 days, didn't do anything. And then after that, it was about 90 days before I could get back to playing golf. I could swing a baseball bat, although I haven't swung one since. I could if I needed to. I do play golf, and you say, well, how was your golf game? It's, it's still terrible, but you know what I'm saying? I will tell you this, though. I got an albatross 3 days ago it was. So that's the first time ever. Just picked the ball out, par 5, deuce, par 5, hole 8, wherever we're at out here in Jackson, Michigan. Double eagle, first one all time. Yeah, to tell you that, I'm still swinging. And I do play basketball a couple times a week. to knock the dust off. So I can basically do everything that I was doing before, and I don't have any pain. I could sleep, I could think, I feel good, and that's that. So without pulling out, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down here. I'll answer them. I would highly recommend it. I did a Medtronic's, the Medtronic's Spinal Cord Stimulator. That's the one I looked into, and that's the one the doctor was familiar with, so that's what I rolled with, and it worked for me. So, man, I hope if you're watching this and you're in the back pain, I can relate, man. I know exactly where you're at. I battled it for 25 years too long, but if you can get any relief, if you can get any, you'll be afraid, you'll be scared, because I mean, any surgery, anytime, surgery's no big deal until you're the one in the hot seat. But the reality is, so many people have these spinal cord stimulators, and you got to stay, you stay within your parameters. I'm not taking jumps off of BMX, right? You know what I mean? You got to stay in your parameter. But the bottom line is, it's helped me tremendously, and I'm just hoping, I hope for you that, you can gain the same relief, because they said if they could cut the pain to a half, that was a win. And like I said, I could walk. I mean, I go to Vegas all the time. I can walk Vegas if I need to. There was a day where I couldn't even walk Vegas, and if I tried to, I would have to change shirts twice, because my body would be overworking so hard, it would be sweating. The amount of sweat that my body would produce was insane, because it was working so hard for whatever reason. I don't know. So anyways, guys, that's that. Hope it works out for you. I'll be praying for you. I know how it is, man. But listen, I will tell you, I'll leave you with this. There is a solution. Don't go into the whole of, there's nothing else and you gotta, do something crazy. Keep your mind right. There's always a solution. And it's working. It worked for me, which is, I would have never thought it would have did this, honestly. My back, everybody's back pain is severe. It's the most dramatic, right? Because you're living it. Mine was pretty severe at 8.5, 9 every single day. I just knew when I laid down in bed, my legs were quivering. You're on edge all the time, and you're pissed. I get it, man. I get it. But know this, it ain't gonna be forever. It's just a temporary. You'll get it fixed. So trust me on it. Keep your mind right, and your mind is half the battle as well. So see you guys.